Morning, Piggy.
Morning, morning, morning. Good Thursday morning to you. That means it's Wednesday morning. Got the trash out last night, so that's ready to go. Did some dishes last night and everything. This morning we stopped by Mr. Biscuit and get us a little grub
Yeah, I showed him the sign.
and everything. Folks, some people are really ditchy. Little girl in there. I went in there with her to figure out what we wanted. We're standing there to the right side of the building, looking at the menu, trying to figure out what we wanted. She comes over there with her little pad, ready to take our order. I tried to get the idea across to her, we might need a minute. She stayed there. Made me feel like when I was with my first wife, we went furniture shopping. We went to a place like used car salesman. It's right there breathing down your neck, everything you looking at. I didn't like that. Then when I decided what I wanted, explained it to her. And folks, I thought I was going to have to get out the alphabet and the number chart and go A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. She made it extremely complicated. I explained it very simply. She made it very complicated. I kept looking at Elaine wide-eyed like, really? Oh, goodness gracious. Talking about making 10 out of 5, she made about 50 out of 5.
Yeah.
Took something very simple and complicated it. Yeah, geez, people. You got a brain up there, I hope. So anyway, folks, y'all get a chance, y'all need to go check out Mama Bear's little workout video. Not just so to give her time, but there was somebody put a comment on it. And Elaine and I both felt the need to respond to that person. Y'all go check it out. Just go check it out and see why we might have felt that need. And then read our comments to that idiot. And I can tell you what the comment was. They put down there, I'll bet Peggy loves watching it.
Really? Know who the dude is?
No idea. So, that idiot is in earshot of this. If Mama Bear watches it, that idiot is in earshot. You're a low-class, base, assumptive piece of crap. See, I'm on my channel now, so I can say it how I really want to say it. Although I do admit, I said it pretty well the way I did in the comment. Here I am, dang near 60 years old, disabled and married. This dude is making assumptions and dishonoring Mama Bear, disrespecting Mama Bear, and me and Elaine at the same time. I let him know about it. So, yeah, that yanked my chain last night, and I just had to show him what a touch of intellect is about, what a touch of having a brain is. Flippin' idiot. Disrespect and dishonor Mama Bear like that. I don't care what he thinks of me. He can think whatever. I don't care. You dishonored and disrespected Mama Bear and my wife. So I started with, in fact, I do love watching. I love watching somebody with the courage and the wherewithal to set, go for, and achieve goals. And I went on from there.
Hey, I feel like Mama Bear is a beautiful woman. A man that is a man is going to look.
Oh, but see, the way in which he looks, does he look with lust in his eyes, or is he appreciating the beauty of woman who is the best art God created?
Well, I know you're looking at her as a beautiful piece of art that God created.
Exactly. And I'm also looking at her like a youngin'.
Like one of your youngins.
Because I'm dang near twice her age. You know, like I said in there, I look at her as more a daughter or a niece. But she is my friend. She calls me a friend. It's as simple as that.
It is.
You know, and you don't have to be filled with lust in order to appreciate something that's beautiful. Which I've never really thought about that with her. A young woman, you know, she's not a bad looking woman. All like that, but I've never really thought about it. And I've got to put that on there that just crawled all over me. I haven't slept much last night, folks. I was
He's had about 2 hours sleep. So get that.
not even. And so I was fired up. So, you know, it just, even though I know it to be a fact of life, it still just gets my goat how stupid people can be. Jeez. And I really do hope that idiot is listening to this. Just so he knows, I think he's a low-class, crass, projecting, jealous little son of a gun. Like you said in your comment. Projecting, jealous, weird, pathetic.
Yeah.
You know. Gives me doubts as to whether or not the last time he had any. Yep.
I have no idea who he is. Never seen the name before, so I don't know.
Unless he went and paid for some. Sorry, not sorry. I'll put it out there. You know. Well, anyway, there's all that. Ain't still a whole lot of interesting stuff going on. They got some state Supreme Court election going on out there, out west somewhere.
There was one in Wisconsin, and the Liberal won it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Well, folks, that could potentially change the landscape of how many seats remain Republican in the House. And that could stymie the efforts of the Trump administration. But I know Trump, he's got a trick for that too. It's just like when he was running business and the Democrats made laws and everything that were designed to bankrupt the rich that weren't liberal. Trump used their own laws against them and still came out on top. Made them madder than a hornet's nest. Because it was designed to have the opposite effect, and he still came out on top using their own laws against him. You know what? That's why I say there's folks up there, they got brains, they're thinking in ways far beyond most of us average folk. And Trump's smarter than most of them. He's probably smarter than all of them on the left side of the aisle. Because they keep trying to take him down, and he keeps beating them at their own game. That's another thing that makes them mad. So he's beating them at their own game. So we'll see how it goes. But, you know, like I've said before, either which way things turn out, things are steadily heading towards the end times described in the Bible. All this has to be the way it is. God's already decided the outcome. But, you know, if the communist leftists win in the end, that's just part of the plan. But for all those out there who think that's the way to go, you can line up what they want with what the communist agenda is, and you'll find it's very, very similar, if not exactly the same, because they are communist. And you'll find out something else about communists. Once they've gotten the traitors to help them pull off taking a nation over, they end the lives of the traitors first. A lot of over here think they're going to be special and still get to live the high life. No, they're going to be in the ground. Because if they'll betray their own nation, when they see what it's really about, they'll betray the other nation. Because they have no loyalties except to their own bank accounts.
That's what I said, they have pocketbooks.
Yeah, so that's not to say that they ain't some communists over there, even in China, that are rich and have money, but that's because they're a part of keeping it that way. Complaints about Musk having given $1 million checks to a couple of people for signing a petition. That ain't illegal, folks. Then you got folks like George Soros, who is steadily putting money in the pockets of people to get certain judges elected and put on the bench. That is illegal, but he funnels it through other organizations and in different ways, so it's not directly tied, but in the end, it all comes back to him. And some of y'all don't realize this, but George Soros, when he was a kid, turned on his own people. He's a Jew. And he turned his own people into the Nazis. Basically, he worked for Hitler. He loved Hitler.
He was one of the brown shirts from Austria, wasn't he? I think somebody said he's Austrian. No, he's not.
I don't know. But I do know he's a Jew, and he turned on his own people. You know. And he loved it. Going around helping the Nazis steal all the Jews' possessions and money and everything else. If y'all complain about Musk doing something that is legal, have no clue to all that George Soros is into and what he's doing. Of course, mainstream media ain't going to tell you about it. Leftist media of any kind ain't going to tell you about it.
True.
Because that would be the truth, and it would get y'all informed as to what the real game is. You know? So, either way this thing turns out, if we get America straightened out, great. If the leftists get back control because of the shenanigans they do, things totally illegal, you know, we won't be around here much longer no how. Me being old and disabled, I'll be one of the first ones snuffed out. Arlene and I both. And should that happen, I want y'all to remember what I'm saying. And if I'm gone, I'm going home anyhow. So I win either way, folks.
Amen to that.
I win either way.
I'm in a win-win situation every day.
That's it. We get America straightened out, that's great, I win. If I get snuffed out because the leftists get what they want, I win because I go home. And don't worry about me laughing at you because I won't know about you at that time. I'll be somewhere where I won't know about all that.
That's it. We'll have bigger and better things on our mind in this whole world.
But if I could, I would be. But I want you to think about it. How do you like it now? How you like that leftist agenda now? Because, folks, whoever was behind holding up Biden wrecked this country trying to finish it off so that the communists could come right on in and set up shop. It amazes me how people cannot see what's really going on. But at the same time, it don't, because biblically, I know why people can't see it.
Hearts have been hardened and eyes have been shut.
They've rejected truth, so therefore turned over to a reprobate mind so that they can't know the truth. Because once turned over to a reprobate mind, God does that.
Yeah.
And you'll never know truth ever again. And you will burn.
Yeah, no matter how much you hear it, you'll never understand it, never know it.
Never accept it. Or I should say, much less accept it. You know, so I can put out there what the truth is. You can't see it. And everything, you know, of course, with the reprobate and what the Bible says in the end times, people would believe the lie is the truth and the truth is a lie. So I can put the truth out there, and the truth is out there. All you got to do is look it up. It's all over the place with conservative medias, podcasters. Yeah, even Bill Maher, folks, is starting to wake up to the leftist agenda. And folks, he's as liberal as you can get. But he thinks the woke thing is a farce. Thinks what people are doing out there is totally messed up. You know, he went and had dinner with Trump at the White House. He'd never been to the White House. Folks, that's a man on the cusp of waking up from the woke nightmare. But he got a decent brain in his head, and he can see it. So Might not be like, and by doing that, it's like, I think he said it, or somebody else said that's going to burn the last bridge between him and the rest of the Democrats, because he went to have dinner with Trump. Means he's waking up. He's starting to see things for how they really are. And that's pretty amazing, folks, because he's as liberal as they come. So, are you both going in there?
Yep.
All right, well, let's get on with it. So, y'all can think about that. But again, like I said, either way it goes, I win. America gets straightened out and back on track, great. You know, I've lived a few more years of half decent life. If not, and everything gets turned upside down, I'm like to be one of the first ones snuffed out, and I go home and I win. Y'all think about it. Piggy loves you.